Hello. How are we? We are here together, doing what we do best. We are starting a wonderful video for Thankful Thursday, and the world has changed a lot since last year. Our hearts stopped. We saw a man almost lose his life on the field. And this year, we're glowing and so full of hope. And there's great stars like Josh Allen, who now have to prove themselves once again, and Stefan Diggs, and hopefully they can find a way to continue to be a great team together. So many people predicting a season before anything has happened. I find that hard to believe. We are coming into a time, though, of great awakenings. So we're going to see some crazy stuff this year, especially in football. We're also going to see crazy stuff in the lives of many. I love trees. I love the way the trees work together and the energy of a tree. I love how a tree never looks down on the roots, or never looks down on the leaves, or never looks down on the branches, and knows that it is a collaborative effort, that they're all in unison, and that God is orchestrating all of this. And that happens even in sports. It happens in life each and every day. We are here enjoying this time of great awakenings, great vibrations, great frequencies, and powerful energies all over the world. And you are a creator. You create your reality each and every day. You create the cast that is around you. We are in this matrix together, enjoying this wonderful time. I pray that you find the peace that you seek, each and every day. Most of us look at life as a carnival, and a carnival of things that we have no control over. Almost a little bit of a time of not knowing which step to take, which direction to go. And yet it's so incredibly fascinating to watch it unfold. And I think that's going to happen this year with the Dallas Cowboys. I think we're going to see that this is their year. And I feel it. Like I'm talking on an intuitive wave, not a thought. I've been feeling this for a while, that things are going to happen. And the football season is going to be quick. And I mean those 17 weeks, those 18 weeks, the 20 weeks are going to go by quickly. I find it very difficult, though, to pick someone this far ahead. I just do. I find it very difficult. But if I was to do it intuitively, I think the Dallas Cowboys have a chance of being in the top four. I think the Ravens have a chance of being in the top four. Of course, the Kansas City Chiefs. But I think it's going to be a year, and I've said this before in other videos, it's going to be a year of many injuries. Many people are going to get hurt. And I'm just going to take a quick look here at one of my notes that I made. Let's have a sheet here. So I think Jalen Hurts is going to do well. I think it's going to be a year where they look like they have it wrapped up about midway into the season, and yet there will be some forms of injuries. I think this is going to be a great year for Brock Purdy. I think Brock Purdy is going to do phenomenal this year. I think Baker Mayfield is going to have a breakout year this year. I think Daniel Jones will do quite well. And he is not going to have enough, though, to carry the team. Aaron Rodgers is going to be fun to watch. And they're going to have very high highs and low lows. I think it's going to be extreme. I think there's a very good chance that they could win 10 to 11 games, and I think they could really shine in the playoffs. The truth is, it feels like there could be 6 teams aligned to the potential of winning. All of it. And a lot of it has to do with the stamina that they're going to have and how well they grit it out, and a little bit of luck. This coming week is so exciting because it's the first week, but it's only 1 week. So if your team wins or lose, don't get too crazy. Don't be like, we're going to win the Super Bowl because you won. Don't give up on your team because you've lost a game or a couple of games. I think it's going to be incredibly close for so many teams. I also want to discuss Skip Bayless. I love his new show. I love the format. I think it's doing phenomenal. And it's exciting. And a little bit zany. You don't know which direction it's going to go. Richard Sherman, I think, is doing a wonderful job. Joseph Keyshawn is doing a great job. Michael's nuts. But I love watching him. To me, he reminds me, and I know this sounds nutty as anything, but he reminds me of Ray Charles a little bit. His vocal stylings, his cadence, the way he speaks, it reminds me of Ray Charles. I don't know if you're the only person in the world, Michael, that thinks that, but if anybody else does, please leave a comment and tell us how things are going. I would love that. If you know in your heart the team that's going to win, please put that in the comments. Do you think there is going to be a great divide between Stefan Diggs and Josh Allen this year? Do you think many of the quarterbacks, like I do, I feel really strongly that a lot of the quarterbacks and key players are going to get injured early in the year? Some of them are going to come back, but it's going to come down to how strong a unit you have, the depth. How good is your backup quarterback? How good is your running game? How good is your special teams? It's going to go down to that. I think you also have to have a little faith in your team if you believe in your team. I think Jordan Love's going to have a good year. I don't think it's going to be mind-blowing, though. There are many new quarterbacks, which we know. Anthony Richardson, I think, is going to have games where he's going to set the world on fire. And people are going to be hailing his name as the great quarterback of the future. The problem is being able to be consistent each week. And, you can only trick a few people a couple times. You know what I mean? And then they're on to your patterns. This is why they have film. This is why they watch for hours and hours and hours to read the patterns. To all of you out there right now that are suffering and are a little bit worried and have maybe fog of the brain, or they're constantly frantic because they're worried about things they have no control over, know that you are fundamentally here to learn, to grow, to stretch, to suffer, to feel joyous, and yes, feel alive with divine potential. Don't go too crazy if your team doesn't do well at the beginning. It is a long season. It's not a race. It's a marathon. And it's physically and mentally a marathon. Be kind to yourself. If you can, please leave a comment. Please subscribe if you like this material. I would love to see you in the future. And please tell me, who do you think is going to win this year? I would love that. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.